This has been the worst night of my life. I can't even tell anyone why I've done tonight. Not even Manny. Even a 3-year-old knows what I've done. It's horrific. But I can't keep this to myself. That's why I'm writing in this diary to keep my sanity. That night started out fine. Me and Robert went out to drink and watch some baseball. But things started to get out of hand. After I left to go to the bathroom, I sat down and took a sip of my beer. But it tasted funny. I didn't think much of it at first, but then I started feeling woozy. Before I knew it, I was out. I woke up in the trunk of the car. I have no idea how I got there or how much time had passed, and all I knew that I was in trouble. I had to get out of there. I tried being on the wall, screaming, but nobody could hear me. There was no use trying, so I decided to wait it out. After waiting for the dark for a few minutes, I noticed I was missing my pants. They must have been stolen by the owner of the car. I could only wonder what they want with me or what they were going to do to me. Also, whatever Susan has said to me yesterday. Don't stay out too late. What? We're to take to school tomorrow. Looks like that's not happening. After around an half-hour driving, the car finally stopped. I overheard some talking outside, but couldn't make out the work. Suddenly, the doors opened. A man tied a banana and led into a dingy garage. I could tell I was in the bad part of Plainview. I only had to be here to buy weed when Greg isn't old, or when Manny goes on his rants about Fox News. I'm not gonna lie, I was very scared. I went into a room and kicked into a crowd, and my blindfold was taken. I couldn't believe who was in front of me. It was Robert Jefferson, the man who I'd just been drinking with just a few hours later. A man I have lived to for the next 20 years. I have no idea what he would have watched with me. We were friends for so long until he reminded me, "You kicked my wife, Frank." Shit, I didn't think he'd ever find that out. Yes, me and Linda had an affair. I can't deny that, but it only lasted a few weeks. Since neither of us could live with the guilt, but still, I had no idea how, but it only lasted a few weeks. Since neither of us could live with the guilt, but still, I had no idea how Robert could have known until he said, "Manny told me." Manny. He apparently walked on me and Linda, then called Robert a tart. How does he even know what that means? Manny. Apparently Robert didn't clearly take that news well. He kicked Linda out, and Rowley's now in therapy. So you ruined my life. Now I'm gonna ruin yours. He had no idea how correct he was right there, and I would have never guessed what he meant by knock him out, Benny. I had a short bout of consciousness, but couldn't grasp what was going on. The world was spinning. All I heard was the beeping and muffled sounds of some people talking. I fell asleep again, dipping in and out of consciousness, but every so often I still couldn't understand what's happening. The last thing I recall was being dragged down the hall. I woke back up in some kind of janitor's closet with a searing pain in my lower half. It took me some time to be able to grasp the situation. I felt my burning. It was gone, reduced to atoms. There was nothing there. It was smooth. I was smooth. So horrifically smooth. Mine was gone. The reason why I censored it out is because I don't want this video to get demonetized or my channel to get deleted again. So, yeah, I just blurred that out. Go to Reddit and type the entire thing, then you'll see the uncensored version. I was in shock, to say the least. But I could have just laid on the floor and cried about my missing manhood. I had to get out of there. I mastered up the strength. I still had to hold myself and peer through the keyhole. Seemed like the only thing keeping me in a lock was Benny Kid guarding it.
Sorry, what is
I
it?
knew I had to get there. Everything okay, Benny? Yep, I sold his pants to that yogurt guy. So yeah, my pants are now in the hands of some yogurt kid, whatever that means. But there are more pressing issues at hand. I searched the supply closet, and I think that I might be able. The closet didn't have much, just mostly simply cleaning supplies and tools, and for God's sake, a half-damp bottle of lube. Did he? Armed with mop handle and bottle of index, I skate ready to make my escape. I tied a cloth around my head to look more badass. The door was locked. I had to somehow trick Benny into opening up, but this was the first idea to pop my. Oh, my hole is leaking. Okay. Sorry about the pause, but somehow it worked. Benny ran to get some duct tape for my issue. When he opened the door, I attacked. After knocking Benny unconscious for climbing up as well possibly finding the poor kid, I picked up his shotgun and snuck down the hole. I definitely wasn't in the same place before. I was knocked unconscious and my was detached. I quietly moved towards the end of the hole, where the staircase is. Right now, I was on a mission to retrieve my stolen schlong. I'd never been down here before. Still, I have somewhere that as can be reattached to if it happens with a few hours of amputation. So I continued forward. I figured my manhood had been hidden close somewhere to Robert. It was just a matter of finding his office. As I reached the stairwell, I looked in it, and right to me, I saw something I did not expect. Robert was running a fully decked out meth lab in the basement of his country club. It was like some you'd see in Breaking Bad. No wonder the Jeffersons were so rich. The country club seemed to be some scheme for this as drug business. As I stood in awe of the lab, I was frightened by the sound of an alarm over the house. Robert must have found out that I was gone. I had to make a The cash-stripped man is on the loose. Into the meth lab I went. I ran into the lab inside. Inside, there is a set of stairs leading to a catwalk. I sprinted up the stairs as I heard Robert's guard coming down the hallway. Around the corner, when Robert's up. However, I turned the bend. The door slowly opened, and I looked around, and his guards were all over the entrance. I was appalled. Menacingly, stepped onto the catwalk. Whoa, I've been expecting you, Frank. Why don't you follow me into my freaking office? I had no choice after being ordered to give my shotgun up. I sat down in front of Robert's desk. Robert took his seat at the other side. Robert began to lecture me how he planned the revenge out. He started plotting weeks ago and revealed something shocking. Linda wasn't kicked out of the house. Linda is freaking dead! And I'm gonna be the next one to go. After he's done, for torturing me at least. For now, Robert standing there. Two things he wanted me to see. I couldn't believe my ears when he listed the first course of action. I am going to eat your poop, Frank. Robert, wouldn't that make you? Okay. You're right. It seemed that I mentioned one fatal flaw. Let's play. With Robert distracted, I grabbed a pen at his desk and lunged at him. I stabbed Robert in the neck with his pen and hid behind his desk. Picking up his pistol, I prepared for a shootout with his guard. Robert was writhing on the floor with blood spurting out of his neck. I couldn't believe what was I'd done. I didn't want him to die, but I was too preoccupied to help him. I heard a voice coming towards the room, followed by a voice I did not expect to hear. I must be going to castration institute, the maniac episode. I thought to myself, you've been more vigilant than I expected. I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. Yet, as the door opened, I shit my pants. My fears were confirmed. Susan! I was shocked. My wife. Shit. My wife, the mother of my children, was trying to kill me. I mean, I know what I did was wrong, but I never thought Susan finding out would lead her over the edge as it has. Give me the Frank. Blam. The bullet hit my finger, blasting it right off as I clutched my head. Susan ran over and grabbed my severe manhood. Susan ran out the door. I knew she was going to do it awful with my. So I picked up Robert's gun and pushed myself up and I stumbled off the office to see Susan dangling my is over the vat of acid. There was only one thing I could do to save my is. I shot Susan right straight in the lung, but it didn't matter. My fell right in the acid. I killed my wife for nothing, yet it felt different than it. Adrenaline surged through my body. The idea of taking a life was so horrific, so taboo, yet so exciting. It was a pleasure greater than any I've ever experienced. I was filled with an urge for more. I shot Robert's guards without any remorse. The Benny kid was alive. Every last one. Most of them were teenagers who were the country girls, so they hesitated, shooting them, making them easy targets. Where are my balls, Benny? Robert ate them. Wrong answer, fat. Everyone was dead. I dragged Susie's body out of the country club and put it in my truck. I can make this. Bro, Frank's carrying Bro out of the body bag. It was 4 a.m. I grabbed a shovel from home and drove to a forest outside of Plainview. I buried Susan. Afterwards, I parked outside the local strip club where I became ready to start reading. Then some things happened. I went home and picked up Manny, Roger, and lived on their own. But I don't need to deal with those fuckers. But Manny needs to be dealt with. He's the reason my manhood is gone after all. I threw Manny out the window. I needed to get away, so I drove off the highway. Yeet! Daddy! And so I drove out of Plainview. I can't write where I'm going in case anyone needs this. But I'm gonna find someone no one can find somewhere I can kill in peace. The end.
That is their run game. You said it earlier in the first half. No one has broken more tackles in the entire league than Jason. Brothers who did not take it easy. Good offensive resolve, you see. He says comes from that upbringing.